Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. In today's scenario, we're revisiting the invasion of Hamburg. And this is the follow-up to the Defense of Hamburg scenario, which I did last week, Thursday. The Defense of Hamburg has failed, in spite of valiant efforts of the German Admiral. One battleship has managed to sneak through. But now there is an opportunity to strike back. After the destruction of most of their assault fleet, the Americans do not have enough supplies anymore to siege the Port of Hamburg. Intelligence suggests the large and lightly defended transport group is heading to Hamburg. We managed to establish comms with a raiding fleet which was thought to be lost. Go and intercept those transports and make them pay. The scenario is drawn up by Jaco, and he sent it in through the link down below in the description. I currently have a little over 730 scenarios sitting in my inbox. That's up from 650 last week. So I get about 40, 45 every week. That means that if your scenario does not get picked, it's not personal. It's just an overflow of scenarios. For this one, I will have the accessibility of 4 heavy cruisers and 2 light cruisers. And I'm off for a pretty steep fight. I'm taking on 6 heavy cruisers, 6 destroyers, and 12 transports. I need to sink at least 8 of the transports and keep 2 heavies alive to continue or to consider this a favorable mission, favorable outcome. My ships must have a lowered ammo complement due to them not being able to rearm before the mission, as this was of course that task force that was thought to be lost. The range must be set to long or very long. Alright, here goes. Oh, hold on, did I get the starting range right? Starting range is supposed to be 15 clicks, not 12. Right, a German heavy cruiser. Let's start with having that range set to very long, and complement of shells set to reduced. Because I simply don't have that many. I'm going to set a Generation 1 radar, very good range finding, decent sonar systems, and radio direction finding, which I think would line up with the duties of this particular ship. Because, of course, I would want to use radio location finding to find out where the convoys are, provided that they're not actually sailing under any kind of radio blackout. The type of cruiser that I want to be developing for this is a pretty straight-up bow-heavy fighter. So I might have 1 turret on the stern, but I'll try to have a few on the bow, making sure that I can just chase down the enemy and as such just, well, obliterate the transports and hopefully keep my ships alive. Since I'm doing long-range raiding, I could go with geared steam turbines, but that would probably get the displacement quite high at 11,800. I thought somebody said that if you're using diesels, you can actually get the displacement down. Yeah, you can with oil. Relative to... No, actually the geared steam turbines are still better. The thing is with the diesels, they're faster to repair. 175% ship repair engines versus 60%. So these things are far, far faster to repair. Force boilers. Let's set an auxiliary diesel engine and an advanced propeller shaft. A bit of barbette thickness. A bit of anti-torpedo protection, a double hull, maximum bulkheads, anti-flooding 2, reinforced 1, and an all-or-nothing armor scheme. As for the guns, I'm going to go with a modicum 8-inch guns. I don't want to go too heavy, but at the same time, I want to have a decent rate of fire. So I think 8-inch is not too bad. I also want to have a couple of 6-inch guns, 5-inch guns. Could I get 6-inch? I could. These are considered main guns. Huh. I might actually make that work. The thing is, let's say there's a target over here. This side. These guns would be able to fire. Potentially this one as well, considering it has a really good arc. This one wouldn't be able to fire. I don't really mind that much. But they are pretty heavy at 99 tons. A secondary gun of just 5-inch is 45 tons. So that's more than half lighter. 11.6 range versus 13.5 range. Damage in the current system, 397. versus 238. These would be great to take out transports. These would be better to take out cruisers. And potentially destroyers. Is there any position I can put them on the bow? Oh, yes, there is, here. Right, so I'd have to remove them first. Centerline, 6-inch guns. It doesn't really matter if you're going for single or dual. Maybe even triple would fit. Yeah, they would fit. Good. That's a pretty heavy bow-on broadside. Or, well, not so much broadside, but... I could fire forward with the 8-inch guns and the 6-inch. That gives me a, well, a pretty heavy firepower to the front. And if I don't go too quickly, I might be able to avoid any torpedoes that get flung my way. As for taking out the transports, no, I must use 3-inch, yeah. 3-inch dual barrels. Why not triples? Because I don't feel like triples today. Funnel. Engine efficiency. 100. Already? That was the advanced funnel? Yep. 100. That's all. Okay. So I don't need much of that. Now I do have a pretty heavy aft weight offset. So I'm going to have to move the systems around a bit. There we go. And now I can reposition those centerline guns. Or are they considered side guns? I guess they could be considered as both. Oh, hold on, there's no more room for them here. But there is here. That will do. That's too big. That's going to be a nice spot for the 5-inch guns. Or torpedo tubes. Here and here. The thing is that on this position, it's not really too happy because it's going to be interfering with the turret here. If I tuck it in a little closer, maybe the torpedo tube could just sail, or it can just launch right in front of it. Without sacrificing too much of the accessibility of the 6-inch gun, too much of the firing arc. Yeah, this will do. Now I will set my torpedo complement to be reduced as well, because I'm pretending to be a raiding fleet that just returned home. So I won't have that much. I'll probably have spent quite a few of the torpedoes already, which just gives me 2 salvos per launcher. That is all. I'm going to make these 21-inch torpedoes, going out on electric propulsion, and my propellant is going to be 2 powder today. This still gives me 3,000 tons of displacement. And is there anything that I particularly need? How's my turning circle? Up here, 447. Pretty good. Let's tack up a bit more. 393. That's better. I'm going to reduce it a bit by speeding up. 31 knots, 452. I'm still willing to accept 452. That's quite good. Anything else I can do with 2,000 tons? Just armor, I guess. Let's put 11-inch turret armor. A bit of belt armor. Again, I'm not really expecting too much plunging fire on this scenario, so I won't really go with that. Let's go with Generation 2 radar. Sonar 3. Oh, this is where I need to start tacking up. Bulkheads 2. There we go. Now we're getting really close. Turrets look good. Belt looks good. Secondaries could use a bit. That's a bit too much. I will have to use quite a few of my 3-inch shells to take down the transports. I have 293 shells per turret, with another 390 here for the 6. I now have too little displacement left to put another turret, but maybe a secondary or 2. Like that. That would still put quite a lot of firepower on the stern. here. They got a decent firing arc. I can reduce the armor a bit. Maybe not on the secondaries, but maybe on the belt. That's the fastest way to go down. Turret armor a bit. There, 10.3. Aft weight offset is now 4.7. So we're going to have to move this turret even farther forward. 0.3. I know this doesn't look too good, but I don't really want to have to set the whole forward turret, or the whole forward tower forward again, because that also would mean that I have to replace these. Alright, let's go take on the Americans and get some vengeance. Take down 8 transports while saving 2 of my cruisers. Whoa, that's a lot of errors. Ignore and continue. Hold. Alright, I designed the heavy cruisers, but the lights, they were auto-designed. These could be very handy for taking down transports. 6-inch guns, good rate of fire, 13.3 reload. 540 rounds per or 540 ammo per gun, so that's good enough. They have torpedoes out to a range of 14.7. They have a decent visibility, 13% plus, which means that my chances of getting surprise torpedo attacks on warships are not that great. But when dealing with the transports, I actually have a pretty good chance. They're not terribly quick, 28.5, many bulkheads, anti-flood 3, reinforced bulkheads 2, barbette 4. That's actually a hell of a lot more than I put on my heavy cruisers. And 2.8 inches of belt armor. You're gonna come to regret that. Right, how about the enemy? Where are they? How are they positioned? This is a destroyer. Gun-heavy destroyer with a couple of torpedo tubes. They had 6 destroyers, and I think that they split those up. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 here. These could be heavy cruisers. 1, 2, 3. They're supposed to have 6 of those. There. 4, 5, 6. And where did your destroyer group split off to? Oh, here. Right, so we got 2 columns of DDs and 2 columns of heavy cruisers. My guns are more or less in range. My torpedoes are definitely in range. Oh, actually, no, they're not. 12.9, they're not in range yet. I quite like how my fleet's positioned. I'm going to take a risk here, and I'm going to turn broadside, because that will allow me to get a large torpedo salvo off against the enemy fleet, but only when I tell them to. Gneisenau will torpedo this guy. If you want to torpedo just a single target with a single ship, hit Control Shift and then right-click a target. The Admiral Graf Spee will torpedo that target. And Gneisenau, no, not Gneisenau, Kaiserin Augusta will torpedo that target. Start. Light cruisers, I want to turn around. I'm going to continue back onto the enemy fleet, and by doing so engage the destroyers, which their 6-inch guns should be exceptionally well suited for. We have opened up against the DD. It's not really a priority target though. All main guns hit the cruiser. Should be far easier to hit. Torpedoes ready for most ships, but I still want to hold out a little bit. Let's get some revenge for Hamburg. Secondaries have hit the DD so far. 5-inch gun. Over penetration. In one side, out the other. Another. Nice work. Alright, I do believe that we are within torpedo range now. You may torpedo when ready. Torpedoes away from Gneisenau. Confirm the torpedo targets again. Graf Spee. That guy over there. Thor. This guy right here. Attention all heavy cruisers. Aggressive torpedo launch. I want to make those guys just maneuver. Torpedoes away from Graf Spee. Gneisenau. Augusta. Only Thor hasn't launched. Alright, let's head away a little bit, because I've now done my damage, or I'm about to do my damage with the torpedo tubes. Come on, buddy. There we go. Thor has also launched. Perfect. That's going to give them a little bit of a distraction. There's 40 torpedoes heading their way, and then meanwhile the light cruisers are catching up. And they should be opening up on the DD any moment. These torpedoes might not hit the DD, but they will potentially hit the ships behind it, which are a couple of DDs. And depending on their ability to detect and predict the torpedoes, they're either going to be forcing to maneuver, thus throwing their guns off target, or they're going to be hit. So far, I've inflicted 341 damage, probably mostly due to the DDs, and I've taken a little bit of damage, mostly on Gneisenau. Alright, I'm thinking that they have spotted the torpedoes. Yep, because they're all maneuvering. Have we done any kind of damage against the heavies? Nothing. Gneisenau's belt armor is being properly tested right about now. So far, 1 DD is in trouble. You're seeing the buoyancy line go up and then sharply drop down again. So they still have an active flooding, but they're working on controlling it. Bulkheads, standard. Alright. This is not a good way to bring my guns to bear. You know what? I could go formation abreast. This means that all ships are going to line up to the port side of the Augusta. Nice. Flash fire and flooding. That DD is probably gone. Another flash fire on the rooks. More fire, more flooding. First victim. The torpedoes are now speeding towards the heavy cruisers. I'm not sure if they've detected those yet. Light cruisers are now pushing into range. I'm going to try and keep those slightly out of the fight as far as the heavy cruisers are concerned, but then come into the convoy from the side. The heavy cruisers and destroyers are now properly being tested as far as their maneuverability goes. The Paul Foster is gone, and it looks like the Colorado is not doing a proper course correction. We are about to see what sort of torpedo damage we can do with those 21-inch torps. So far, 1 flooding, another torpedo strikes the already sinking Paul F. Foster. And there is another set of torpedoes that could impact the Charleston, depending on how the Charleston maneuvers. It looks like they are really taking an interest in the light cruisers now. In case you're wondering, no, this is not the AI being clever. This is just the AI trying to hit whatever it can. It's not like the AI is actually aware that they need to be defending their transports. Charleston did the worst possible maneuver. Eats 3 torpedoes. Takes flooding from bow to stern. And with few bulkheads, I think we can ride off the Charleston. The torpedoes are still running. And they should still have quite a bit of range. Charleston's down. So arguably I might hit the California. All heavy cruisers, target Colorado. Augusta, slow down a bit, otherwise the other guys can't catch up. These guys... Oh! Ah, I sunk a transport. I think. Yep, transport down. Another transport is also making a very, very poor choice. And is about to be hit by another one of those 21-inch electric torpedoes. Immediately killed off. That's what happens if you do not have a torpedo blister. Now, with a couple of the heavy cruisers pushed back to the right side and 1 down, I can bring the light cruisers back in. Kaiserin Augusta, Admiral Graf Spee, Thor and Gneisenau are currently forming up. And they're all taking the fight to the heavy cruisers. These do have torpedoes. Range 9.5, which means that they are in torpedo range. And they're packing torpedoes bow and stern. Looks like quads. Quadruples. Range 8.7. They are definitely in range. At present, we're punishing Colorado. And the faster I can get the Colorado down, that's another 8 torpedoes less to dodge. Their DDs... Oh shit, California's coming in. Are you in range? Torpedo-wise? Oh, yeah, you are. There's still more torpedoes going in. Looks like I might get another transport killed. Yeah, gone. California, how good is your sonar? Sonar 3. Turning circle's quite large. That might be handy. So they'll spot the torpedoes using sonar, but their ability to actually do anything about them might not be that good. There goes the hobby. Look deep. Yeah, that'll be fine. Torpedoes away. Karlsruhe. Torpedoes away, Geyer. I hope that gives that heavy cruiser pause. Well, the California is maneuvering every which way. But the Montana behind her might still be an easy target. Colorado has taken serious damage now. She's down to 70% structural. So far, no flooding yet. Olympia has just sent some gifts. Torpedoes have been detected, heading towards the group. I quite like this formation, by the way. Just straight up pushing into the enemy. Maybe hitting the Olympia is a bit easier. Oh, engine damaged. And immediately fixed. That's fast. Wow. Oh shit, the Karlsruhe is getting seriously damaged. What hit you? 9-inch gun. Mid-belt. That will mess you up if you're a light cruiser. Torpedoes inbound? Yeah. Light cruisers can smoke up again in about 10 seconds. 2, 1, smoke. The inbound torpedoes for the Kaiserin Augusta and the Thor seems to have completely failed. There is another gift coming in, this time from Colorado, who I was hoping to put down before she decided to go and send some love my way in the form of her, what is that, 20-inch? Torpedoes? 19-inch. Keep pushing. There's another set. Back to port. We are all bow in against these torpedoes, making it vastly easier to avoid them. Just hope that Gneisenau doesn't do anything stupid. Graf Spee seems fine, mostly. I'm growing a little concerned about Gneisenau. I'm gonna have to try and squeeze through this gap right here. Karlsruhe has managed to contain her flooding. Oh dear. Gneisenau, turn. Just let it sail by. Oh! That was not sailing by. That was pretty painful. Fortunately, with maximum bulkheads, I shouldn't be suffering from that flooding for too long. Light cruisers turn back in. Torpedoes from the light cruisers were originally targeting these guys, California and Montana. But I don't think that we're going to be seeing any kind of results. And taking down one of these guys with the heavy cruisers is taking a long time. Fortunately, we did just get a flash fire. And Colorado is still popping stuff. And with her flash fire destroying the aft turret, she can no longer return fire. Chance to pen? 48%. Alright, keep pushing. We have more shit to sink. Torpedoes are ready. If I do launch torpedoes, I would want to do it into this convoy. It's going to be a bit tricky with all these ships currently heading towards the enemy, though. Karlsruhe getting hit again. Flooding, another flooding. Thinking that that ship's not going to be long. Exceptionally high ricochet chance. Switch to high explosive. Just pepper it a bit and damage the torpedo tubes if you can. Last thing I want to have happen is getting torpedoed again. Okay, now the angle is increasing. Or decreasing, depending on how you want to look at it. Switch to AP. Now we can pepper her. There you go. Rudder damaged. Colorado's in a rough spot. The DD just did launch torpedoes my way, so it's time to turn again. All the while, I'm closing in on the enemy convoy. Hold on a minute, Graf Spee. You're turning the wrong way, buddy. You should be turning that way. No. Like immediately. She's still set to her starboard turn. Gneisenau is lagging behind a bit. You to just detach and... Oh, detach. Gneisenau. That way. Are we good? Oh, I think the Kaiserin is going to be in trouble. Hand over control of the lights to the AI for now. The lights are not really too important at the moment, considering how well my heavy cruisers are doing. I think I can make do. There we go. That's the second heavy cruiser killed. Now I can start to avoid the torpedoes. Hopefully. Fuck. Thor. Turn if you want to live. This is going to be a really problematic turn. Uh-oh. Yep, ram her out of position. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Turn, turn, turn. No, Thor's gonna get hit. Shit. I really didn't respond to that one in time. All secondaries on the shy. Torpedo tubes. Port side target, Olympia. Target when ready. Graf Spee. Torpedo the Ares when able. Port side torpedo tubes away from the Kaiserin Augusta. Starboard turrets, starboard torpedo tubes to Salem. No, actually here to Nebraska. Starboard torpedo tubes away. Oh shit, there's incoming. Oh no. There's too much going on. She's hit. And all the others are in a similar problematic spot. The Graf Spee, using auto-avoidance to avoid the ram with the Thor, is now going to eat 2 torpedoes instead. Jeez, what a mess. At least the Schlei is, or what is it, the Schlei? It's an American ship, supposedly. Is going down. Karlsruhe and Geier. They could pose a threat, but only if they head that way. More torpedoes in the water. Hard starboard, Kaiserin Augusta. Outbound torps. That was a torpedo hit on the Thor. I'm getting torpedoed from every which way. Gneisenau? She's fine. Kaiserin doesn't have torpedoes ready. So just send all of those out. Uh-oh. I thought that these ships were supposed to be maneuverable. Did I mess up somewhere? No, 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 no. No, no, no. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit again. Damn, I'm eating torpedoes. Not just a few, but a ton. All your keyboard warriors at home are probably gonna go, Jesus, this guy's a noob. No, there's just a lot going on. If you think you can do better, get the game. Play the game. Thor. Oh. Turn. Get that stern gone before the torpedo makes it happen for you. Alright, we're good. The Olympia might also have her port launchers trained on what I think is the Kaiserin. Oh crap, they still have the South Dakota all the way over there. Lovely. All ships, engage Olympia. There's not much... Yep, she does have her port torpedoes ready. It's going to impact both the Kaiserin and the course at the Graf Spee. Increase the flank. Engine is damaged. Immediately repaired. What are you using? Is that diesel or something? No, it's geared turbines. That's really impressive. It's like they can just repair those on the fly. Thor has a couple of flooded compartments, which is exactly where her engines are. So she's going to be struggling to get those things fixed. And I don't think that she's going to be able to get back to any kind of reasonable speed. So I might have to use her to do a drive-by on the Olympia, using her port torpedo side. Olympia, how fast are you currently going? 33 knots. Damn, you're fast. Torpedo when ready, and when you think you can hit. Thor, status. Ships listing to starboard. Weaponry seems fine. Olympia is still maneuvering. Maneuvering away, in fact. Making it more difficult. Maybe Nysa now can catch her. She is flooding. Ah, there goes the Salem. That's good. That was one of the torpedoes that was heading that way. Maybe the Holworth can catch another one. Olympia is getting seriously impacted by all the 8-inch shells. And her 9-inch guns don't really seem to be doing that much at the moment. She has dealt 1100 damage, but only taken 466. Overall, though, I have done about 10 times as much damage as I've taken. But that damage number is not exactly representative. Because what the game is also counting is 3,000 done, or 3,000 points damages versus the transports. Oh, shit. Could you fucking not, Olympia? Olympia is doing a very dangerous maneuver here, where she's once again opening up her starboard side. Chance to pen? That's 53 only. Okay. So the game auto-select, otherwise it's going to select the wrong type of ammunition for the secondaries. Secondaries on the transports. Let those 3-inch guns open up. Couple of wounded transports up for grabs. Rudder damaged on Olympia. Unfortunately, the Kaiserin is not reloaded yet with her torpedoes. Thor is still limping along. Where's my cruiser group? My lights. Here. Geyer. Engage the transport. Olympia, flooded to 36%. She's flooding some more. Few bulkheads. It's bad news for you, I'm afraid. Spey, you can turn back in. The other heavy cruisers are not really making... Or sorry, heavy cruiser, singular. No, there have to be more. There's the other two. California and Montana have retreated to behind the transports. Curious choices. Then again, this is of course the AI that I'm fighting. Olympia is down. I think technically I've already won. Because I am very much on the way to sinking my air transports. If I haven't already. See, 2, 4, 6, 7... They start out with 12. No, they still have a plenty left. I will have to start getting a bit more cautious with the main armaments. The 8-inch guns are running out of shells. Much, much faster than I would have liked. I'm just gonna let the secondaries work for a bit. Until we have another heavy cruiser to fight. So it's just gonna be the 3 and the 5-inch. Especially sailing by these guys, the 5-inch guns will be able to open up and do serious damage. Alright, the Ares is gone. Caperton's probably the next one to follow. Worcester's not terribly happy. The DD just got a flash fire? No, ammo detonation. And the Schley just torpedoed. Hard starboard, Graf Spee. Hard starboard Kaiserin. Hard starboard Thor. And Gneisenau. Hit on the heavy cruiser of all things. The Montana got torpedoed. Charles F. Adams is gone. Smoke up. And turn away. Have you dealt any kind of respectable damage? 1192, taken a 186. Yep, quite good. Target Louisiana. At this point, the Graf Spee is just point blank range to the Caperton. If you could just pause and smile into the camera. Thank you kindly. Right. 5-inch guns go to town. Where's the next heavy... Oh, hold on. This is a priority target. I think the Schley is pretty easy to hit. Considering that she's been seriously wounded. Rudder's flooded. But functional. And she still has 2 damaged engines. Kill that thing. Before it's going to cause more issues. Montana has taken a lot of water. She is really in a poor shape. Flash fire on the Schley. Popping some turrets. It's good news, that's 1 5-inch turret less. She's now flooding and on fire. Save ammunition. Save ammunition. Only fire when you have a really good chance that you're going to hit something. Which means that the 5 and the 6-inch guns, or sorry, the 5-inch guns, the secondaries are good to go. And I still have my stern 8-inch. Schley is gone. Good. She's been slain. Louisiana's taking flooding. Dayton's flooding. So far, so good. Thor, despite having taken a load of torpedoes, is alive. Light cruiser Geyer is now also messing up the Louisiana in the back. Dayton is gone. Caperton takes a load of damage. And the German cruisers are just breaking through. Montana has controlled her flooding and buoyancy is slowly going back up. But she's not come out of that unscathed with a damaged engine and a damaged rudder. And I think that that one engine is going to maintain that damaged perk. So that's one slow heavy cruiser. California somewhere in the back. Montana's here. And we have the South Dakota. Relatively close to the DDs. Cowering in the back. Range, 7 clicks. I think, however, that I've almost completed the scenario. Because at this point, there are almost no transports left. And I have kept all of my heavy cruisers alive, so it's pretty much GG for me. Graf Spee is now down to 35 shells on the 8-inch guns. That's problematic. She still has 19 torpedoes though, which could come in handy. Jeez, this thing refuses to sink. That is one tough transport right there. Look at how many shells she's getting hit. 320 times. You'd think that after 350 hits, you'd be full of holes. And you'd be right, the ship is flooding, but it's still taking her sweet time. Let's send torpedoes out. I still have one salvo from the Kaiserin. I'd rather save those. The Howarth. Did you just get hit recently? Yeah, by a 6-inch. Good. Of course, I have to remember that while the 8-inch guns are running out, the 6-inch guns are still, well, pretty heavily supplied with ammunition. Nebraska, we're just alive. Structural down to 7%. Buoyancy to 11. And the Geyer is still sort of alive. Although that situation might soon change. Even the Karlsruhe is still here. Lagging behind at a whole 7 knots. Nebraska is down. Geyer just torpedoed. Let's give you AI control. Let's see if I can mop up the rest of the Americans here. Torpedoes away from Graf Spee versus what I think was the DD. Oh, inbound from the heavy cruiser. They still have 3 heavy cruisers though, albeit one of them is wounded. No ammo left on the 8-inch. 153 might not be enough to sink those heavy cruisers. Thor only has 94 shells left. That means that if I want to sink those heavy cruisers, I will probably have to do it with torpedoes. Ooh, that was juicy. 6-inch shell hits the Howarth. She seems to be in trouble. Flooding, 3 engines damaged. Montana is now also taking hits again. Her buoyancy has been re-increased / repaired to 58%. But that is soon going to change. I will have to keep my distance from them a little bit, as they still pose torpedo problems. Target the DD here. Hit the California with the torpedoes. Only Thor's lagging behind, seriously. Oh, no you're not. That looks an awful lot like you're either trying the ram or torpedo, and I don't like either prospect very much. If I'm not mistaken, Admiral Graf Spee still has her starboard torpedo launcher ready because she's refusing to launch her port side. Another salvo launched from Montana. I need to get rid of these DDs. They don't have a lot of torpedo tubes, but they don't need to. They only need to get lucky once. Especially on Thor. Wilson's gone. Very good. Howarth is next. Montana has just launched another torpedo at me. This is not helpful because I was trying to do a starboard torpedo run on her. And I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that off at this rate. Flash fire on the already sinking DD. Uh-oh. Grafspee. This is going to be painful. Like that. Oh shit, there's more. And I definitely won't be able to avoid all of those. Maybe the one? Yep, another flooding. Well, two can play at that game. Haworth is all but dead. There we go, she's gone. Shit! 4 torpedoes slam into the Kaiserin. Too busy trying to dodge one. And because of it, I completely missed the torpedoes that might have come out of the DD. And we're currently working over my heavy cruiser. Torpedoes away from the Grafspee. That's her last salvo. This hits the Montana, and the Montana's gone. Augusta's just out of torps. Gneisenau still has hers, and I still have a damaged Thor somewhere in the back. Montana, I believe, has not yet detected the torpedoes. She does have a destroyed gun. Right there on the bow. Good luck dodging that. It's going to be pretty tricky. 6-inch guns are running out. 300 shells left for the 5-inch. Plenty for the 3-inch, but the 3-inch generally don't do much against heavy cruisers. 2 torpedoes hit. 3. 4. Montana has serious issues. And I think that's going to be the last of her. Gone. There's 1 transport and 2 heavy cruisers alive. But I'm still going to get torped. That's not what I want. Maybe I should just pull back with the fleet. Because my chances of survival are not great. The risk-reward is going to be poor. Because I might be able to do some damage against them with the 6-inch. But not at this range. Grafspee almost has no ammo left. Nor does she have torpedoes. But Gneisenau does have torps. Augusta is almost dead. And the Thor, wherever she is, here. You know what? We're going to turn out. We're going to retreat. My job here is done. No, that's not the way to retreat. Torpedoes away from the South Dakota. You little shit. I have 29 torpedoes on the Gneisenau, and I'm eager to plunge those into the South Dakota. Range 4.7. I think, however, that I might not be fast enough to catch her. South Dakota is doing almost 34 knots. And I am only doing 27. Or rather, I have a top of 27. I'm only doing 25. 5.2 kilometer range. We're doing absolutely nothing with the 5-inch guns. 4.7. Rudder damage, that's good. Charge of the Gneisenau. Rudder's been repaired. 6-inch guns holding their fire as they're not too concerned or not too confident about their accuracy. Torpedoes away. Nice. Turn away. South Dakota can keep that up for quite a while. She still has 28 torpedoes left. Her rudder is damaged again. Range is now 3.2. My torpedoes have low visibility, but Dakota is maneuvering like crazy, making it very difficult to catch her. .5. She's speeding away at 34.5 knots. My torps run at 37 knots, which is barely fast enough to catch that ship. Send them anyway. Nice now is not even feeling confident about a torpedo's chance. Alright. Off. Looks like the California also wants a piece. She still has 44 torpedoes standing by. Fortunately, they don't launch terribly quickly. They just seem to launch one set at a time. And by doing that, they're making it pretty easy to dodge. But I'm playing a very dangerous game of dodge the torp here. 5.2, 5.1. Move to intercept. Speed 26 out of 27. 4.9. Come on. I'm going to catch you. It's going to take me a little while, but I'm going to catch it. Not if you keep heading away, though. Come on. I think the Americans are done fighting. They too seem to have an ammunition concern. They're running a bit low. I'm not even sure if they can pen me. Nope. They have an exceptionally high penetration, or a high ricochet chance. Exceptionally low chance of penetrating the Gneisenau. At the same time, my chance of hitting them and penning them are particularly low. Because the 30% that you're seeing, I think, is for the 6 or for the 8-inch guns. Nah, you know what? We're gonna fall back. I just don't have the speed to catch them. Alright. So, conclusion of the scenario. Hamburg has been defended from invasion. It was not an easy fight, and the heavy cruisers will need significant repairs, but they're all still alive. Even the light cruisers, they're a bit flooded, but they're alive-ish. So, I'd say that this follow-up scenario is a win, despite the fact that the initial defense of Hamburg was not terribly successful. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed the scenario, and I'll catch you soon for another one.